just 10 minutes, the top 10 features of the product and how to mine in less than 10 minutes. So we have a persona today, IT ops manager. You could have any other persona like a HR manager or a customer service case manager and multiple other business process managers that would be interested in process mining. Here we have him patiently sipping his coffee, but he has a lot of things on his mind. The KPIs are trending badly. The mean time to resolve, average response time on his tickets, he has improvement and automation ideas captured, but on a spreadsheet outside of the platform. His management is not convinced of the value of improvement opportunities, and he needs to review each and every record manually for identifying the root cause of his process anomalies. Processes are not very consistent, and there's variation found where multiple steps are executed over and over, and process bad behaviors are hard to isolate manually by just looking at the reports that he's extracted from the system. Now, we try to explain to him that it's very easy to run process mining and he could tackle all of his challenges by running process mining. He doesn't know what process mining is. So we quickly explain to him, look, this is your audit log, which comes in the ServiceNow system under audit history. And for incident table, for example, here you can see that the state field has changed from new to in progress. Other fields have changed on that incident record, and so has the assignment group and the assignee. Now, all these updates that happen to your records are being captured in the audit log. That's what process mining uses for the analysis, and it is able to quickly generate a automatic process map for you. In this example, we have pointed the analysis to the state field of an incident, and it shows how the incident has progressed from new to assign, how many records passed, and on average it took 11 hours, for example, and then it progressed forwards to awaiting caller, resolved, and closed. Similar workflow could be generated for any other table that you target for mining. It could be your customer service case, HR case, request, incident problem, changes, any record type can be targeted for mining. If you point the same analysis to, say, assignment group field, then you come up with this kind of a process map where it shows you the flow of tickets from one group to another and the average time taken and how many tickets were updated or ping-ponged from one group to another. Likewise, you could target any other data fields, not just the state and assignment group, but you could potentially do an analysis on any other fields like the service offering or the category of an incident, whatever you want to visualize on a process map. Now, let me just give you a quick demo on how to run a process mine in exactly less than 10 minutes, not really exactly, in just 4 steps by setting objectives, scoping your analysis, setting improvement opportunities, and reviewing and mining. So let me just toggle to my instance, but I'll give you a demo of it. So you can come to your instance, go to process mining workspace, and land on this page where you'd create a new project. And all you need to do is just execute a simple use case for today where you need to point it to a certain table. I'm going to name the project first. And I will point it to incident table for the sake of this demo, but you could literally pick from the list available here any other table, custom table, or out of the box table or external data table that you might want to mine. I'll go simple and easy for today. Just pick incident table, create new project, and then it has the guided setup kicked in for me. And on step number 2, scope your analysis, where I could put filters for what exactly I want to mine. And I'd say, okay, I want to mine incidents that are not in flight. So active is false, they're closed. And then I want to not target incidents that come from, say, alerts or from walk-in channel. So I can exclude those incidents, and then I could refresh my filter set to see that 25,000 incidents met the filter criteria. Now, moving on to the next step after I've saved this, activities is the only really mandatory step that you need to fill out for executing a mine. Everything else is optional. So, for activities, the popular activities are state and assignment group, but you could add something else if you wanted to. Activities is something that will be visualized on the process map. You could even dot walk to other fields as activities. All right, so it's nice and easy. Then breakdowns is how you further dissect your process map. So the popular breakdowns are for incident table, say the priority of an incident, and you can also add resolution code if you wanted to. All right, and maybe you can also add the channel that the tickets came from, contact type. And that's it for today. You can add more if you like, but I'm just going to go with these three. Then the next step is setting improvement opportunities. The meaning of improvement opportunities is the bad pattern that you have in your data set. So that's something that you need to create beforehand. But luckily, ServiceNow provides out of the box rule based and automated patterns for free to get you started with. So just click add from library, and here is the free out of the box library that you need to apply the patterns from. Automated machine learning patterns do the same, add from the library, and that's it. It shows up here. And then the last step is review and mine, where you can just look at your data set and quickly click either the full mine if you are entitled for the product and sample mine if you're not entitled. You can also use evaluation project available from Yokohama release onwards. I'll talk about it a bit later. For now, I'm just going to click on full mine. And this is where it shows you that the data is being batched up from the audit log. It's sent to the training server where models and insights would be generated. It would save it back to your instance. It's already mine now, and you'll see that 25,000 incidents took 5,500 routes, average duration 8 days, standard deviation 25 days, and median duration 7 days. And all the other graphs here show you the seasonality of ticket closure, and also that there are some outliers here where it did take about 36 days or more for the tickets to be closed. That's great. Here you can see how your KPIs that would be trending positively if you're able to improve your processes on the suggested improvement opportunities. Improvement opportunities are the results from pattern detection. So this is where ServiceNow Process Mining is able to deploy all those patterns onto your data set and tell you that, look, your data set 56% is facing from reassignment, and there is 175 years of inefficiency trapped in this bad process behavior. Now you can go through the patterns. You can see I have 5 pages worth of patterns found in my data set. And if you are ever confused about the meaning of a pattern, what is rework, you just need to click here and it tells you rework is when a step is repeated and it needs to be redone or revisited at least twice, and it will show up on this improvement opportunities panel. Once you understand what it is and that 1200 records suffer from this, you can go into your view and workbench and see the process map for only those 1200 records that are suffering from this bad process behavior. You do see the process started, and from new to assigned state, the tickets took about an average 9 hours for 440 tickets. And here is the snaky loop where tickets have gone from awaiting caller to in progress and back upstream, where all the rework and wastage of time is involved. If you want to go deeper, you could go to breakdown filters where you have your channels where the ticket came from, and you can see self-service channel took 2 weeks and 3 days for 600 tickets and more than 300 routes. You could even apply resolution code breakdown and see that so many tickets were resolved by caller themselves. So why can't we make our self-service better so that the resolution time is shorter than 2 weeks? So some of these ideas will come to your mind as you go deeper and deeper into the analysis. Other than these features, we also have something called machine learning features. So when you look at the process map, it shows you the transition of activities, but you might be interested in the transition from one assignment group to another. And you remember when I created a project, I did add assignment group as one of the activities at the time of mining. So I just click on it and I can now see how the tickets have progressed from one group to another. If I increase the connections, I'm able to see more of how the tickets have been passed around and multi-hopped from one group to another. What attracts my attention is that from Level Desk 1 to IT Support America's group, it has taken 2 days for 165 tickets. I click on it and I'm able to quickly see a histogram that even though the average duration is 2 days, some of the tickets did take longer. As you can see here, that 4 records took 1 week, 3 days, and so on. So histogram is a very good feature to see the spread of your tickets. Repeats will show you if your tickets have taken longer than one journey to go through this path. And under the Investigate tab, you can then see the root cause analysis feature where with just a click of a button, the machine learning performed a root cause correlation based analysis to show you that wherever the category of an incident is cloud management, it is 86 times more likely to cause this bad behavior of tickets being passed around from Service Desk Level 1 to the IT Support Americas group and so on. It has other parameters like where the tickets are coming from self-service portal, it is more likely to cause this process anomaly. On that same arc, you can go deeper into the clustering analysis, which basically does a machine learning based grouping of keywords on the short description field of an incident. Like here, it has Mac, laptop, Outlook, email. So it's kind of nudging you that could this be the reason for the tickets transitioning from one group to another and multi hopping. You could even perform show records to quickly drill down to this 165 records that might be the reason for the process anomaly. So this is the full list of those records just by a click of a button. And work notes analysis is another feature which is very popular, and I want to quickly show you here in this clip. So if you see here, when you perform work notes analysis on any arc, it gives you a now assist based summary of work notes. It's able to tell you that 79% of the work notes were analyzed. The rest of them were too long or too short, and the key reasons and the summarization of your work notes. You're able to do the quick work notes analysis, which would entail just a click of a button here. But if you were to do it on your own, manually reading those work notes could be quite cumbersome. All right, so now moving on to the other bunch of features. So if you look here, there is also something called variation analysis. So variation analysis is able to tell you how many steps were executed in your process. If you sort it by most steps, it tells you that this record took 29 steps, and it was because it was moving through from so many steps. You might want to just say that I only want to see assignment group related variation, and it can then show you 14 steps where the tickets moved between so many assignment groups. If you hover over 12 steps, it shows you what those 12 steps were. This is a very good feature for reducing wastage and improving your standard deviation from 25 days and making it lower, because if the process was designed to be executed in 5 steps, why is it taking longer? Maybe you need to create more knowledge articles, or you probably can create virtual agent topics, or you can even automate some non-value adding steps in your process. Now, from here on, you can then go to bottleneck analysis, where it shows you which two nodes in your process takes the longest. So here you can sort it by average duration. It tells you that these two groups have taken 8 months. These two groups have taken 3 months. You could even sort it by the repeat occurrences, and it tells you that the tickets moved between these two groups 4 times, like it went back and forth, ping-ponging from this group to that and come back again. So that's a very compelling analysis as well. Now, with using these features, some ideas might come to your mind as to how you will improve your processes. You can use the chat button here to put a note for your colleagues to say, how can we improve this, and attach a screenshot if you wanted to of the process map for them to um, act on this. So that's one way to kind of do your analysis. The other way to do it is to use this button and use something called SIM, Continual Improvement Management, where you can add a new SIM record and you can type your improvement ideas here. For example, can you please create a knowledge article for these topics that were found in clustering? So this is a very quick and easy way of keeping all your improvement ideas in one place. Once you have done that, then you're able to then create tasks if you want it. So for example, let me just show you how you can create tasks. So yeah, here it is. So under the sim record, you can also have something called tasks, where you can assign a task to your team member, and when the state of a task is moved to closed, you can do a before and after analysis of excuse me, how your processes might have improved. So for before and after analysis, you basically need to first understand if there is any other way to improve your process, and there is automation request here. So just by a click of a button, you can then create a automation request which is sent to Automation Center for automating your workflow for non-value adding step. Now, to show you a quick before and after analysis, let me just bring up here. So it's the exact same data set where I come to the analyst workbench, I click on compare button. On the left side of my screen, I have tickets that were closed before 1st of April, before I changed my process. And on the right side, I have after I change my process after 1st of April. And I can see right away that my after process change map looks much more tidier, but I'm also able to come up with this comparison statistics where I can see in model B, the number of routes have gone down, the average duration has gone down, and so has the median duration. So very compelling evidence that you did improve your processes, and you can present it to your management for a quick confirmation of the time and energy spent in process mining. Now, you can also do for executive level display of your work for platform analytics dashboard, you can quickly open up a dashboard and add a process map as a widget. So you see here, add new element. You're able to bring a process map in very quickly and easily by just a click of a button onto your dashboard against the KPIs. And the dashboard will also be able to tell you the workload analysis. So for example, here you can see that it shows you where did the work come into IT support from and where is it going out to, right? So this is also a very good way, the star graph that can show up on the dashboard. Other than this, I just want to show you some more features of a multidimensional process map quickly. So if you go back here, there is some example of bringing more than one table onto the process map. So here I have incident, problem, change, all created in one project, and you can see it shows me where the incidents were resolved, what happens to the problem record, and how long did it take. And when the change was canceled, what happened to the incident, or when the change was closed, the incident was still in new state, and so on. So this kind of cross relationship and the flow of work between the different record types is very evident when you do a multidimensional map for ITSM, or you can even do the same for HR if you wanted to. So HR onboarding process map will have the example of onboarding tasks. So in the middle, you have your parent case, and on the sides, you have the various tasks that will execute the onboarding. And you can see how the work has flown through them and what is the reason for the time taken that you can shorten and make your KPIs to better. All right, so with all these examples, I'm now going to go back to my slide deck and just a quick confirmation that you can also bring the bad patterns called insights onto the dashboard very quickly and easily. Now, capabilities that we covered today were process map, was improvement opportunities, which is the bad patterns, which is detected through machine learning, and bottleneck analysis, variation analysis, breakdown filters, the compare before and after, or you can even compare any two filter sets like two assignment groups or any two channel of service and so on. Notes, we also looked at multidimensional map and of course the machine learning features, clustering, root cause analysis, and work note analysis. If you are excited by this demo today, I highly recommend you to try this out in your own instance. Yes, a free trial is available for 3,600 records and past 7 days worth of data for free. You don't have to install any plugins. You don't have to clone the data in subprod. Right away from your production instance itself, you can go and run a evaluation project. And you can look at the analyst workbench and the summary and insights page and the features I showed you today. So if you're interested in this, I just would suggest you to even try this blog post out where we have narrated the full steps and full view of how you could execute this in your production environment. There are use cases of how you could do it on your incident project or HR case project or customer service project. Make sure that you make use of these use cases on evaluation project by watching these videos. And I can even show you in my instance, for example, I'm in process mining workspace and I type the word evaluation and three projects come up in Yokohama release. The first one is for incident, then HR is the last one. In the middle, we have the customer service case table. You can quickly click on these evaluation project and we've mined your data set. So you could see all the patterns being detected on your own data set and also the analyst workbench process map created for you. It's a very quick and easy way of establishing the proof of the value of process mining. If you are interested in self-learning, I highly recommend to visit our Academy site. So if you Google ServiceNow Process Mining Academy, you land on this blog post where you can see that there are these video recordings from several webinars that you could learn from. It's all free. And you can also go to something called workflow specific use case. So if you're not interested in ITSM, if you want to check it out for HR, field service management, or other use cases, you could come here and make sure that you take advantage of these recordings. Another cool feature is the use case series, where you could come in here and look at the several use cases our customers have deployed on for process mining. So multi-hop ping pong analysis, reopen work channel, SLA breach, and so on. If you go on the link, it tells you how to execute that use case from start to end with screenshots and a video recording. All this information is available free of charge, so we highly recommend you use it. Then the next thing I want to show you is the course. So we have upgraded our process mining fundamentals course for the Yokohama release. You could go through the course and get yourself certified in process mining to prove that you have the skill sets required for mining. And for events, you can just register on live on ServiceNow events, where you can attend academy sessions third Thursday of every month, or you could attend any other office hour event where you bring your questions to us, and our team here will be more than happy to get you started or answer any of your questions. I hope you enjoyed the demo today and will make use of process mining. Thank you so much.